What's going on, people? It's the Bear here once again. So I'm watching CNN. It's like 5 something in the morning, right? And I'm looking at something. This ain't the topic here though. President Trump versus Senator Croker. I'm not looking at that. I mean, that's something Croker, he's calling like the whole White House like a adult daycare and whatever the case may be, which to me it is adult daycare, but that's not the topic of this video. That's for a whole different subject. President Trump and Senator Croker have been going at it for weeks, but there's a lot of people that's critical of Trump, and I can't blame them, If you're a Trump supporter, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But the White House got problems. Trump could barely keep anybody on staff. He's always replacing. He got a bunch of yes men. If anybody disagree with him, he fired them. You know what I'm saying? But that's for a whole different subject. That's just how I feel about it. I'm not a Trump supporter. No way, because he's a loudmouth and he needs to get the hell off of Twitter. That's all I'm going to say about that. But let me get on to what this thing here is. I'm going to play this video here and then we're going to talk for a minute. Because this thing is about Mike Pence and him spending like $240,000 to go from here to there, goes to a game, see that players are kneeling, and then he walks off. That's what this whole thing is about here. It's crazy. It's nuts.
On the Take a Knee protest, the vice president really stoking this one right back up on Sunday, leaving the Colts-Niners game after members of the Niners took a knee, even though all the Colts did stand up for the anthem. Now, a couple of issues popping up after this. One is the cost of this trip from the left coast all the way back to the Colts game. And then he's going to head back out there. So $242,000, which was made an issue by Brian Schatz, by Representative Adam Schiff as well. But then there's the question, Eugene, is all of this, is it a manufactured stunt? Do they find this as an issue that works for them? Because Pence tweeted about siding with the troops. And to be clear, whether you agree with this protest or not, these NFL players do not side against the troops. They're talking about police brutality and racial injustice. Right. Is this a winning issue for the White House?
It's certainly a winning issue with his base. The reality is people who are already on the Trump train view this issue in a way very similarly to the president. But the reality is when you look at other demographics in America, when you look at the America besides the Trump base, there are people, including some veterans, who seem to understand that racism is an issue in America and that attention needs to be paid to it, and that veterans shouldn't be pitted against people of color for wanting more attention paid to this issue. I think it's very important also to remember that the Trump campaign allegedly campaigned on the economic anxiety concerns of its base. I don't know how you make an argument that flying from Vegas to Indianapolis back to California for a few minutes of a football game that you don't even stay the whole time for, it's in the best economic interest of America.
Let's talk about what happened last night while we were sleeping.
Okay, so Vice President Trump goes from Las Vegas to Indianapolis, and to Indianapolis to Los Angeles, and it's become a big deal, of how much money that he spent, because people are saying that he's, because he came to a game and he only stayed for a few minutes after he seen like players protesting, whatever, 49ers, players that was protesting. Well, it wasn't the Colts player that was protesting, it was just 49ers player. But anyway, anyone that sits and kneels, whatever, President Trump seen that as a sign of disrespect and he walks out. But all this money that he used for the taxpayers, that's become the issue. Now let me talk about this, okay? Let me talk about this for a minute, because there is still this whole thing, this whole issue about kneeling, okay? Now, I said it before, and I'm going to say it again. Regardless of how we feel about this, Okay? There is money that is being taken, and I'm not talking about, really what Pence, what he spent. Yeah, that's taxpayers' money and stuff like that. But I'm not really talking about what he spent. I'm talking about the money that the NFL would lose if people stop going to the games. Like I showed you, there was a video that was people that was burning their tickets, burning their merchandise and things like that, all because of this protest that people are doing over and over. Let me tell you like this, right? Let me tell you like this. As far as black people go, okay, this is a thing of race. To them, this is a thing of race. This is a thing of, equality, whatever the case may be. People are trying to say that this doesn't have anything to do with the troops. But I believe that it does still have something to do with the national anthem. Okay, it's about our troops. You are disrespecting the flag when you are kneeling, to the national anthem. Regardless of how black people feel and stuff, regardless of how you feel about Trump and all. You know what I'm saying? Kneeling is not, they talk about making a statement. What is really going to happen? What do these players think that's really going to happen because you're kneeling on the flag? What do you think is going to happen? They see some, that black people are treated wrong in this country. So you're going to kneel on the national anthem. But it's not going to make anything better. I'm just trying to understand why players are doing this. It's not going to make anything better. It really isn't. Racism is still going to exist. It's been existing for the longest period of time. It's still going to exist. Okay? Cops are still going to shoot black folks. It's still going to happen. Everyone in the NFL can kneel as much as they want. But it's not going to change anything. It's not going to make anything better. I don't understand why do black people think that kneeling on the national anthem is really going to make a statement and really make change for this country. We are still going to be everything in the book. I'm just keeping it real. I'm never going to kneel on the national anthem. I have too much respect for this country. Okay? And, they think that these. What about the one that I showed you about the Bills running back LaShawn McCoy? He was stretching and all that. What's does that prove? What is that? I can see one thing kneeling, but stretching. Is that making a statement for black folks that we're treated unequally or whatever? No, it doesn't. This whole thing is stupid, and the ratings of the NFL is going down, and the NFL is losing money. Regardless of what Pence, how much he paid, and, how much of him, him staying for a few minutes after all that money that was spent of taxpayers' money, and him just walking out of a game because he seen a couple of players kneeling, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of that or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have a lot more people leaving the games or not even coming at all because of this kneeling stuff. It's nothing like this is going to change anything for America. Do you think white people's, these racist white folks, I ain't saying all, let me take that back, let me take this back. I'm not saying all, but I want to say this. Oh my goodness, okay, I got to, people keep sending me so many stupid photos and whatnot. Do black people think that these prejudicial white people is going to wake up and say, I like black people now, and I'm going to treat black people like I treat, my own? It's not going to happen. Racism is still going to exist. As a matter of fact, because Trump became president, he's making this country even more racist. It's just my opinion. If y'all don't like it, it's just my opinion. But this kneeling stuff is costing the NFL money. The ratings are going lower. It's costing the NFL money. And like I said before, the owners and Roger Goodell need to do something about this, because people are going to walk out of games like Vice President Pence. It's going to happen more and more. So let's not make this some deal just because of a big deal, because of what Pence did, because a lot of people has been doing it all over the stadiums all across the country. Okay? I think that was a little too much for Mike Pence to spend $240,000 of taxpayers' money and not even stay for the game, walk out in a few minutes after being there. I mean, that's just crazy. That's nuts. But this is happening in all stadiums across the country. You know, so yeah, it's not going to make a big, I'm sorry, it's not going to make a big deal. Players kneeling on the national anthem, it's not going to change racism in this country. It's not. You're hoping that it does by making a statement, but it's not going to change anything. I'm sorry, it's not. And you see what happened to Kaepernick. He's been tossed from one team to the next, to the next, to the next, whatever. And this is coming from a black man. It's not going to make it. To me, it's not going to make no difference at all. I'm sorry, it's not. All right, y'all. That's all I got. Just to bear them out. Peace.